Which country put the biggest gun on an aircraft in World War II? You know, it's almost like there was a competition of who could put the most unfeasibly large piece of artillery on a plane. But who had the biggest? Well, the Germans certainly put a lot of heavy cannons on aircraft. Often it was for ground attack, like the Stuka variants with 37mm flat guns. But then the Soviets and the US also had 37mm aircraft guns, and the British played around with 40mm cannons on planes like the Hurricane. Of course, the Germans also mounted 30, 50, even 75mm cannons on ground attack aircraft like the HS-129. And they used heavy cannons in the air-to-air role, 30 and 50mm autocannons. Now, obviously the ammunition was big, so these rounds had a lot more space for explosive, which is exactly what you want when you don't have that many fighters and you need to shoot down a lot of heavy bombers. Yeah, these guns specifically were very much anti-bomber weapons. Please do drop a follow if you A, watched this far, B, aren't already following, and C, you want to hear more about aircraft, big guns, World War II, any other war basically. Now, I can't forget about the Mosquito variant armed with an auto-loading 6-pounder or 57mm anti-tank gun. And of course, the B-25 armed with a 75mm cannon. Yeah, that's the same gun as the Sherman tank. But these heavy gunships, while they could be used against ground targets, another big role for them was anti-shipping. Because a lot of targets on the ground, like tanks, from an aircraft, they're pretty small and hard to hit. Especially from a moving aircraft. You know, even if you mount the gun down the center line of the plane, keeping the whole thing on target is a challenge. But a ship, like a destroyer or a surfaced U-boat, you've got a much better chance of keeping that big gun on target and doing some serious damage. But the biggest gun to be mounted on an aircraft in World War II was actually Italian. The Italians took their 90mm anti-aircraft gun, kind of their equivalent to the German 88, and mounted it on a Piaggio P108 heavy bomber. This gun was later bored out to 102mm, and this aircraft was developed as an anti-shipping platform, but only one of them was completed before Italy was knocked out of the war. In the modern age, of course, we still have a few aircraft with very large caliber guns, like the AC-130, which solves the problem of how to aim an artillery piece from an aircraft by taking a 105mm howitzer and just casually slinging it on the side. Follow for more.